Good morning, guys. Happy VEDA Day 12. Today is April 12th, 2018, and I am back. So I already recorded this, and I was recording like I usually do while I'm driving. Sorry, I'm all twisted up here. Okay, sorry. I always record while I'm driving, and so when I was listening to the recording, it was horrible. So I am doing this again. Take two. Anyway, so what I was ranting on about is that I didn't have anything to talk about, but then I came up with a subject in the middle of that, and that is my my television watching habits. So I generally, the shows that I really like watching come on Thursday nights. So I am a TGIT fan. I used to be a Grey's Anatomy fan. Shout out to Chandra Rhimes. I love everything she does. But I couldn't take Grey's Anatomy anymore. I'm like, Meredith Grey, I'm like, how is she even still walking with all the stuff that happened to her? And how many times can somebody come in and shoot up a hospital and blow it up? I mean, really, I work in a hospital and it has never happened. I've been there for 14 years. And yes, we hear code, what do we have? Code Gray is combative patient. Code Silver is that somebody has a gun. I never heard Code Silver. Definitely heard Code Gray before. And we joke around at work because I don't know if you know this, but some people, when they wake up from anesthesia, they are pretty violent. And it just so happens that I have been that person. So I had a surgery several years ago, and I have a very vague memory of, people saying, Miss Thompson, calm down. But I was told later that, yes, I woke up swinging. And so that's like a sort of a reaction that people do have. So we joke around and say they probably called it Code Gray on me that day. But anyway, I've had surgery since then, and I have not done that. But I always warn people that it's possible. Anyway, so yeah, it's just too much. Grey's Anatomy, too much. So I stopped watching that several seasons ago. But I have continued to watch Scandal and How to Get Away with Murder. Those are two of my faves, and then a couple of my coworkers and I, we all watch together, and we're like live tweeting. No, we're not live tweeting, but we are texting each other during that time while we're watching it. So, but How to Get Away already had its season finale, and Scandal's about to have its series finale, and I think we got 2 more episodes of it. So tonight I'm watching Scandal. That's pretty much it. But there are a couple other things that I like to watch on Thursdays. I don't know if you guys have the Up Network. I don't know if everybody has that, but we have it, and it's basically sort of family-oriented programming. And, I really like it. So I'm going to tell you a couple of shows that first of all, they show reruns of the Gilmore Girls. And I was a huge fan of the Gilmore Girls. And I continue to be. So I can sit and watch those reruns. I loved it when Netflix did the reunion. Shout out to Netflix. Thank you. But the other thing that I watch on there. Now, let me just, before I talk about this show, I'm going to talk about the Duggar family. So I was one of those people. I wasn't a fan of the show in the sense that I watched it on a regular basis, but I liked the idea of these people with this giant family. And when I did watch it, the kids were very respectful, and they're homeschooling. It just seemed so idealistic. They were, love their parents, and not, totally the antithesis to what you normally see on regular programming, non-reality programming. Kids are disrespectful. Kids are going off on their parents, and kids are flippant, and all of this stuff. Wives are flippant, husbands are, sort of, when you look at some of the way that men are depicted on TV and fathers, it's amazing how they don't really show strong father, strong husband. I don't mean misogynistic. I mean they are most of the time completely disrespected to me in a lot of in a lot of the TV programming. So I sort of like watching things when they are respected. So I sort of liked the Duggars for it, and my sister and I both did. But we also were like, this can't be, 100%. And I really wanted to be real, but they just seem super Stepfordy, like they never say the kids never say anything negative about their parents or never struggle with the decision that the parents made, always are obedient. And I think part of being a teenager, part of being a kid is you disobey. That's how you grow up. You start to rebel against what your parents want. So yeah. Me and my sister were like, the other shoe's gonna drop at some point, and when it did, it dropped, and we're like, okay. And I hate that was a part of what was going on with them, but I also feel like, you guys knew what dirt was in your closet. Why were you on TV? And obviously, they need the money. They wanted to get paid to do it, and so maybe they figured it wasn't going to come out. But the fact is, it was on the internet long before it actually hit, and people were saying it. But then it finally came out, and I can't believe that the network didn't already know some of that stuff was happening, and I guess they thought they were going to keep it hidden, but you can't hide anything anyway, but especially in this day and age, whatever is done in the dark is coming out, and people are going to find it out, and people are going to start talking about it on the internet. So the fact that they kind of set themselves up as a moral example of a Christian family, and they would speak out against different things like same-sex marriage, and people get to have their opinions about it, but the fact is, people also get to choose to live the way they want to live. And I don't get to judge. I don't get to tell people, I can have an opinion, but it does have no bearing on the way that people choose to live their lives. And so they were setting themselves up for stuff like this. So the minute something ugly happened, people were all over it, and it got out there. And it was a shame. It was really a shame. But anyway, I say all that to say that one of the shows that I really, really like on Up is another show about a really big family, and it's the Bates family. It's called Bringing Up Bates, and I really like the show, and but they seem a little bit different. They're not nearly as Stepfordy as the Duggar family. The girls are sassy. They go to school. The girls have careers. They do get married young, but I actually understand that because I'll just say this really quickly. If you're trying to live a Christian lifestyle and you're trying to stay pure until you get married, you're going to want to get married young. Okay, so that's just the bottom line with that. And I know people think it's weird, but I think that that's a valid choice that people get to make. And whatever, they get to make that choice. And so, yeah, they get married young for a very good reason. It's hard, to not, to stay pure, before God, and not sleep with someone before you get married if you're going to wait until you're 30 years old to get married. So that's why they get married young. That's the bottom line. Anyway, but the Bates family, these kids have careers. These kids are doing things outside of what their family is doing. Music careers, writing songs, learning. One of the sons is a sheriff or a cop or something. So, they really seem more normal. So shout out to the Bates family. Please be who you are on TV, and hopefully I won't get disappointed. Anyway, so I like Bringing Up Bates. That's on the Up Network. There's another one called, and it comes on Thursdays, and another one called Morgan Family Strong. That comes on the Up Network on Thursday nights as well, and it's about Craig Morgan and his family. Craig Morgan is a country singer who I'd never heard of, but I don't listen to a lot of country music, so maybe those of you who listen to country music have heard of him. Anyway, Craig Morgan, it's about his family, it's about all their businesses, and it's about him touring and singing and songwriting with different people. And I really like that because these shows are really outside of my experience, and I think that's the genius of reality shows, that we watch them because they are not our experience, so we get to kind of look in and see what people do and how people live and differently from us. So that's why I like it. So and then my last one I'm gonna talk about is my guilty pleasure, because I think that was the subject for VEDA yesterday. But my guilty pleasure is all the housewife shows. Whenever I can catch them, specifically Atlanta, the Real Housewives of Atlanta, love it. It is trash TV. It's a mess, but I love it. So yeah, that's my guilty pleasure that I thoroughly enjoy watching when I can. I can't quite watch it with my 8-year-old in the room. He's almost 9, but I can't watch it when he's in the room. Half the things that I'm watching, I won't watch when he's in the room. I will watch debates. I will watch Craig Morgan. Those are fine for him to be in the room, but the things they talk about on the Real Housewives, the way the women talk, and the way everybody talks on reality shows, really, I just don't really, that's not something I really necessarily want my son to be hearing. I know I can only protect him for so long, but while I can, I do. Anyway, that's it. What are your guilty pleasures? What do you like watching? What are some of your favorite TV shows? Comment down below. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Beta Day 12. Peace out.